Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of Uvalde, Texas, and those listening around the state or even country. And thanks for tuning in to our first live airing of the Coyote Pack broadcast exclusively on UvaldeRadio.net. It's our first test live, and we'll get into that in just a second. But it's a test. It's kind of like a dress rehearsal. Again, we'll get into that in just a second. But we're here in God's country, Hondo, Texas, in the home, actually in the home stretch leading up to Uvalde Coyotes and their second final scrimmage before their regular season game on August 26th against Carrizo Springs. We'll be airing the scrimmage against the Hondo High School Owls live for all to hear in about 15 minutes with me, Al Ortiz, host of the Man Cave Minute Sports Update on UvaldeRadio.net, and your play-by-play announcer. Alongside me is number 67 himself, former Coyote left guard, and Uvalde High School class of 76, Simon Pops Ortiz, your color commentator.
Well, hello there, Uvalde. This is Simon Ortiz, Uvalde and the world. Thank you very much for joining us today. We are here in this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful night, having a great time watching the kids play. It is going to be an awesome scrimmage. It is our dress rehearsal, so please be very, very, very lenient on us.
We're
please.
aware, just aware.
Yeah, something like that. something like that.
But you're right. We are going to have. We're going to have an intro. We're going to have outros. We're going to have sponsors. We're going to have awesome commercial breaks. We're going to have unique segments. This is technically the pre-game segment for us, and it's going to be 30 minutes long in the regular season. But for right now, it's 15 minutes.
But there's not going to be any music. What happened to Shania Twain and all? Well, okay, we're going to have some music.
Are you
next
saying
week.
that I'm not as pretty as Shania Twain? Because you're right, I'm not. But in any case, this is actually our own dress rehearsal as well. But guys, we're out here in Hondo, Texas, like we said, here in Berry Field. And it's beautiful out here. I love me some Honey Bowl, and that it will never change. But honestly, this Hondo Field, the grass is green. It looks like it's AstroTurf. The stadium itself is great. They have like a little garden area for you to sit, I guess, at halftime. Just a beautiful stadium. And you've played at this stadium before.
Yes, I did. Many moons ago. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about this scrimmage right here. That's going to be. Let's talk a little bit about last week's scrimmage.
Yeah, last week's scrimmage. We did broadcast that. We did broadcast that scrimmage, but it was
recorded.
It was recorded. So you can go to UvaldeRadio.net/Coyotes football and you can hear that recording. But for all intents and purposes, this is our first live broadcast. But we were there last week in the scrimmage, and what we saw was a different format. It was like 12 scripted plays for the first team Coyote offense, 12 scripted plays for the first team Coyote defense. And then the second stringers came in as well, and then the second stringers of the Jordanton Indians were there as well. So, but Pops, you saw a lot of what was on the field and what the Coyotes are pretty much going to run this season. What did you see there?
Well, people were in the paper today. It said that the first string was they scored one touchdown to the first string of Jordanton, scoring 2-1. The second string also did the same thing. It wasn't a loss. Scrimmages are not losses, they're not wins, they're practice. And what the coaches are doing, and when the coaches win in those scrimmages is what they learn about their players playing in live competition, what they learn about their schemes, what plays are working, what plays are not working. That is what they're looking for. And if they gather valuable information, it's a win for them.
And the Coyotes right now are taking the field, the varsity team. We just saw the JV play for maybe about an hour or so, and the Coyotes right now are doing their individual drills on the field. Their quarterbacks are throwing to their wide receivers. The running backs are doing their drills as well. They're just warming up, and it's warm enough as it is. We'll get to the weather report in a second, but in the last game, in the last scrimmage, Brody Carnes was looking almost mid-season form. His arm was there, accuracy. Tell us about that.
He has very, very, very good accuracy. I was impressed with the young man. He's tall enough. He's 6'4". He's tall enough to be able to see over his linemen.
And this is the Uvalde Coyotes starting quarterback. I needed to reference that because I did not reference that in the introduction. But
yes, he has some good receivers out there. I think they have about three.
They have two wide receivers and a slot receiver.
Yes, they have some experience. They did play some last year, and they looked like they were really playing in sync.
They did, yeah. I mean, in last season they were 2-8. However, they had played 10 sophomores last season. So these sophomores are now juniors with 1 season of experience under their belt. Iron sharpens iron, and I said that last scrimmage. Talk to me about that. Talk to me about how valuable that experience is for these Coyotes.
Well, I'll tell you, getting out there in varsity play, when you're a sophomore, you're not used to playing against kids that are 3 years older than you, and sometimes that is an eye-opener. When they become juniors, they're a lot stronger. The coach, I had a meeting with the coach this week, and he told me that he is so happy because a lot of his kids came back this year a lot stronger, a lot bigger, and he's very excited because of that.
And actually, Coach Wade Miller, in his second season actually, with the Uvalde Coyotes, he does have a lot of returning starters. We do have the full roster. We do have the depth chart. It looks like they have an H-back. In his offense, he doesn't have a tight end. He doesn't have a fullback. He has an H-back. That would be Augie Avila's number 88. Tell me a little bit about the formation without giving too much away. What kind of formation does he like to run on offense?
He runs basically like most high schools do. They have a shotgun type of formation with one halfback and an H-back, and two wide receivers on one side and one wide receiver on the other. They run a lot of RPO. RPO is run pass option. The quarterback is key, and Brody
Carnes, yeah.
Brody has 1 year's experience in this, so it's going to be key on him to be able to make all those reads. RPO means run pass option, and so the first thing he does, he hands it to the running back. As he's looking, he decides what the defense is doing, either pulls it back or hands it off to the running back. If he doesn't hand it off to the running back, he has to then look and see if he's going to run it or if he's going to sprint out and pass.
And we will talk a little bit more about these Coyotes in just a moment, but before we do, I do want to mention that we are going to go into a little bit of a weather report here. I'd also like to give thanks to our first sponsor, Star Realty and Ranch, for kicking off the Coyote Pack broadcast with some support and local love. If you're looking to sponsor the Coyote Pack broadcast, feel free to reach out to Robert Miguel at 214-986-9668 or Robert at UvaldeRadio.net. Again, that's Robert Miguel at 214-986-9668. Reach out to us and get your name on some community-minded segments or updates. Before I go into the weather report, Pops, give us a quick rundown of the defense and what Coach Wade Miller told you during your meeting this week.
The defense that he has built is a reaction defense, and that's in response to what all the offenses in high school are doing. He has 2 linebackers. He has 4 down linemen. He has 5 defensive backs. And basically one of those 5 defensive backs, you could almost call him an outside linebacker. The reason that you do that is because most high schools right now are running the shotgun formation with the RPO, and it's a lot of misdirection. So you need fast, aggressive, defensive personnel to be able to react to what the RPO is doing.
So kind of like a hybrid linebacker, defensive back, if you will.
Yes.
So, all right, well, everyone, next up is your weather report here in beautiful Hondo. Just 45 minutes, give or take, from the honey capital of the world, Uvalde, Texas. Current temperatures are in the low 90s, about 91 degrees, with a 25% chance of rain. I don't see any rain clouds, though, but similar temperatures to last week's scrimmage against Jordanton, with 44% humidity as the game goes on. We're looking at cooler weather with temperatures in the mid-80s, which is pretty good for Southwest Texas. Pops, couldn't ask for better weather in August. Any thoughts on how this can impact the play on the field? We talked about this a little bit last week, too.
It's a little humid down there. I had to go run down there for a little bit. And I got a good sweat going, I tell you.
The warrior of the broadcast right now is Simon Pops Ortiz, because he's the one who found the Wi-Fi password. He's the reason why we're on the air right now.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. It is hot, and the format for this game is one live half. That means that they're going to go at it for 2 quarters with timeouts, but it is going to test the kids because it's humid out there, and And this is going to be where they build some discipline, they build some fortitude to finish strong.
In-game speed action. There are definitely going to be some winded players out there if they haven't gotten into their off-season training as much as they should have, which there always is, right? I mean, they'll get into game shape as the season goes along. With that, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. It looks like the Coyotes are huddling up near midfield on their 35-yard line on the, it looks like the south side of the field. So we'll be right back after commercial break. You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net, the only and official live broadcaster of Coyote football.
Like so many great Texas institutions, it began as an idea, became a vision, and ended up being a legacy. The premier bank of Southwest Texas since 1907, First State Bank of Uvalde provides banking solutions, services, and products with the highest quality customer service, delivered with Southern hospitality and Texas spirit. For all your banking, loan, mortgage needs, or just to grab a cup of coffee and talk about Friday night's Coyote victory amongst the ambience and artwork, we'll be looking down the road for you here at First State Bank of Uvalde. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Everyone in my family uses electricity differently, but when it comes to Medina Electric Cooperative, we all think about it the same way. The co-op is power. Sure, electricity turns the lights on, but power is the information I get from my co-op about efficiency, safety, technology. And I trust the co-op because we are the co-op. They're our neighbors, our friends, our home. Visit medinaec.org and discover the power of your co-op today. Powering members, empowering communities.
Medina Electric Cooperative backs the pack.
Texas Farm Store backs the pack. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years at 236 East Nepal. Stop by for everything you need. Feed, seed, lawn and garden, animal health, custom mixing and grinding, tack, herbicides, pesticides, and even wild game feeders. At Texas Farm Store, our friendly and knowledgeable staff can help you with all your needs. Delivery is available. Please call for more information, 830-278-3713. And find Texas Farm Store online at txfarmstore.com.
You just can't tell about some people. Oh, they may look normal until you talk to them.
Hey man, do you ever think, like, if we were totally, like, secretly replaced with robots, like, how could we tell?
Whew. But there is one way you can spot the cool people before they ever open their mouth.
Shop for UvaldeRadio.net and Uvalde Radio Rocks, t-shirts, hoodies, tanks, and more. Click the swag shop at UvaldeRadio.net.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net, the only and official broadcaster of Coyote football. It looks like the Coyotes and the Owls are very excited to get this game started as we are because they're starting a little bit early. So we had a couple more segments to go, but, I mean, looks like we are going to have to skip all those and get right down to the play-by-play. So right now the Coyotes are lining up to kick off. They will kick off first, so the Hondo Owls will get the ball on their first offensive possession. The Coyotes are kicking off right now, and they're kicking off, if you're looking on TV, if you were, they're kicking off from right to left. And
Al, the kickoff is a kickoff, but there are not going to be any returns. They're going to just start at the 30. They don't want any of the kids to, kickoffs have a high tendency for injury, so they do not want to have live returns. It's just to give the kickers a little feel of the field. So they're going to start on the 30-yard line.
All right, well, that sounds good, and we'll go into the format a little bit later for those of you just joining us, but right now the Uvalde Coyotes did kick off the ball. There are no returns. This is their second and final scrimmage before their regular season opener next week on August 26th against Carrizo Springs. The ball is placed on the 30-yard line of the Owls. The Owls get a 1st and 10. They are starting on offense first. The shotgun formation, there's going to be 2 wide receivers to the near side of the field closest to the press box. The quarterback looks at the snap. The snap is off. Fake handoff. No, actually, fake handoff and a quarterback run over to the near side of the field. He finds some room, gets over to the 40-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down, if not a first down. Actually, it is a first down.
Al, like we said last week, the down linemen, specifically the ends, need to get their keys, stick with their keys, and not get fooled by those misdirection plays.
That's exactly what happened here. Looks like the Coyotes are going to be lining up again in shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers to the near side of the field, closest to the press box. 3 wide receivers over to the visitor side of the field. Empty backfield. Snap is... Actually, it looks like the Coyotes might have jumped a little too early, but the play goes on anyways. It's a wide receiver screen over to the far side of the field, and it's going to be a 2nd and long. Or they're going to lose yardage. It's going to be a 2nd and 4 at their own 36-yard line.
Well, I think it was 2nd and 1, and they didn't get the first down in the previous play, and they lost yardage, and now it's 3rd and 3.
Yeah, so the Coyotes actually are going to be facing a 3rd down early. The defense is. The Hondo Owls have the ball. Shotgun formation. Motion man over to the near side of the field. Snap is off. It's going to be roll out over to the near side of the field. Flag is off, and quarterback throws it over to the middle, and it is caught for a first down, but let's see what that flag is.
It looked like it was offsides on the offense.
Yep, so no matter what, they can decline the penalty. It is going to be a 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs for the Hondo Owls. Was a fake handoff, actually, a misdirection play again, and it was a rollout by the quarterback to the right-hand side of the field. Again, they're going from left to right, so it looks like the Coyotes are going to be facing, again, a fresh set of downs for the Owls. So what did you see there, Simon?
They had... It was a little an offsides. It was. And luckily, there was not a busted play where they could have gone for a long yardage.
It was a free play. I mean, honestly, if there's an offsides by the defense, the quarterback can do whatever he wants, throw the ball down the sideline, down the middle of the field, long, short, whatever. I mean, if there's an interception, that penalty negates that interception anyways. All right, looks like the Hondo Owls are lining up again. 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field. The Coyotes showing 2 linebackers, no blitz or anything like that. Hondo with the H-back snap is off. Hand off to the running back up the middle, but nothing doing. He doesn't get any yards. Might have even lost maybe a couple of inches there.
You know, Al, the first few plays, the Coyotes are just basically feeling the offense, trying to find out what they are doing. They are starting to read their keys, not get fooled by the misdirection. That was awesome play from the interior line. They did not give an inch.
So it looks like the Hondo Owls are going to be lined up again. It's 2nd down on their own 43-yard line. 9:45 left in the first quarter. Shotgun formation. Motion man over to the far side of the field. Snap is off. Quarterback fakes the handoff. Reverses field over to the right-hand side. Finds some running room and gets a pretty sizable 8-yard gain for it looks like it's going to be a 3rd and 2.
They had him in the backfield. That quarterback is a running quarterback. He has good wheels on him. He reversed his field and was able to get the 7 yards.
Looks like that quarterback turned on a dime, too, and it looks like it's going to be, actually a 3rd and 3. So that was a 7-yard gain officially. Again, the Coyotes get an offsides penalty. Looks like they're getting them on a hard count. Quarterback takes advantage, throws to the deep side of the field. It was going to be looked like it was going to be maybe a 40-yard pass, but the Hondo Owl wide receiver drops the pass at the 20-yard line.
It was a free play, and that was very, very smart. Head smart of the quarterback to keep the play going because it was a free play for them. Although I think that I saw their H-back move also, but let's see what the refs say.
And it looks like the refs are gathering at midfield right now. The ball, as of right now, it is an incomplete pass. A flag was thrown. It's 3rd down and 3 for the Hondo Owls. 9:06 left in the half. No score at the moment because they are in the infancy of the game, and it is indeed an offsides by the Coyotes. It was an incomplete pass deep down the near sideline. That would have been about maybe a 40-yard gain, but nonetheless, Coyotes are flagged for the play. Fresh set of downs for the Hondo Owls.
When the H-back moved, they're saying that the defensive end drew him off, so that's why they didn't do offsetting penalties.
So it looks like the Coyotes are going to be facing, again, a fresh set of downs for the Hondo Owls. Hondo Owls' ball is lined up at the 45-yard line of the Coyotes, so the Hondo Owls are in Coyotes territory. Shotgun formation again, 2 wide receivers to the far end of the field. Snap is off, and it's going to look like another offsides penalty for the Coyotes. Flag is down. Did they wave the play dead? It looks like they might not have, but be that as it may, the chains did change to 2nd and 10, but we'll see what happens here. Pops, what did you see there?
I didn't see an offsides. It looked like it was a good play, but they called it offsides.
Yeah, and offsides indeed, but we are a little biased here for the Coyotes, right? So we are wearing our maroon. We have some people in blue here in the press box, so they're probably happy. We're not. It's going to be a 1st and 5 for the Owls at the 40-yard line. 8:47 left to play in the first quarter. No score at the moment. Hondo lining up for the snap. Snap is off. Handoff to the running back, number 3, up the middle. A lot of running room. Crosses over to the Coyote 30-yard line for a 1st down and 10 again.
That play was set up by all the misdirection. that time they just went on a dive right down the middle.
And that's exactly what they did, and they're going to do a little bit of a hurry up here. Hondo lines up quickly at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Owls. Snap is off. Another handoff up the middle to the same running back, number 3, and it's going to be, but that did not have similar results. It's going to be no yard gain, actually.
They stopped the play. They saw that it was going to be just like the previous. It was a direct dive, and they were ready for it. The Coyotes were ready for it.
So it looks like the 2nd and 10 is going to be at the the Coyotes 31-yard line. So they are the 31-yard line. 2nd and 10. No yards gained on the play. 8:01 left in the first quarter. No score at the moment in the infancy of the game. Handoff is up the middle again to that same running back, Carlos Arcos. Looks like he was stuffed again, 3rd and 11, so he lost a yard on that play.
That was a good play. They tried that strong dive. They said, we're going to go at you. We're going to try to overpower you, but unfortunately they couldn't. Now, this is the first drive of the game. It's 0-0. And I think the Coyotes are starting to strengthen up and they're bending but not breaking.
And it may be so, because the Owls are faced with a 3rd and long in Coyotes territory at the Coyotes 32-yard line. Lined up again are the Owls. Snap is off. Another fake handoff. Another quarterback run to the near side of the field, trying to find some running room. Crosses the 30 into the 32. It's going to be a 4th and 8. Good run by the quarterback, but not enough to get that first down.
It was a misdirection. He faked it to the running back trying to dive, and he sprinted to the right.
But a nice pursuit by the Coyotes defense there. It looks like they have a little bit of speed, and that was going back to what you were talking about with their 5 defensive backs that are on the field.
Exactly. It's 4th and 5. Let's see what happens here. They're going for it.
They are going for it. The Hondo Owls are lining up. It's a scrimmage. Why not? Why not practice this situation? So the Coyotes defense, 1 linebacker in the middle of the field. Hondo sends in a guy motion, a wide receiver motion to the far side of the field. Snap is off. And might be another offsides on the Coyotes. Let's see. A quarterback runs again to the near side of the field. Similar play to the last play. Crosses over to the 33-yard line, the 28-yard line. That is going to be a Hondo first down. Another quarterback run over to the near side of the field.
Reading the keys, Al. That's what they need to do. The defensive left end, number 50, he needed to stay home and contain. And unfortunately, he crashed into the inside, and that quarterback, he's a running quarterback.
That would be Aiden Cantu. That is a junior outside linebacker, actually. So we'll see what happens on this play on the first fresh set of downs. Another run up the middle to number 3 of the Hondo Owls, Carlos Arcos, my apologies. Run up the field for about a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7 coming up for the Hondo Owls.
Number 21, the inside linebacker, he scraped beautifully and stuffed the play.
All right, looks like the Hondo Owls are getting their signals from their coaches. Still in a hurry-up offense. 2 wide receivers to the near side of the field. 2 wide receivers over to the far side of the field. 1 running back, number 3, Carlos Arcos, up in the backfield. Snap is off. Another quarterback run to the near side of the field. Same play as it worked before. And number 10 of the Hondo Owls crosses over for a touchdown for the Hondo Owls. Looks like it was going to be about 15-yard run.
Again, it's that misdirection. They have their technique down. The Owls do have a good handoff, and it just fooled the Coyotes.
Yeah, looks like that quarterback. I do not have a name for him because I do not have an updated list of the Hondo Owls roster with me at the moment. But that number 10, nonetheless, had 3 runs to the near side of the field on a fake handoff, misdirection, got good yardage on all of them, and then it ended up being the Coyotes' doom on that particular possession. So it's going to be with the kick here, field goal from the kicker. No rush from the field goal unit of the Coyotes. Looks like that's going to be by design for the scrimmage. Field goal is good, and looks like it's going to be 7-0 Owls with 5:46 left to play in the first quarter. All right, well, looks like the
Texans
Coyotes
team
are going to head
together.
up again.
Every red-blooded one of you, shoulder to shoulder, shaping history. We're in it for the long haul, together, and you can take that to the bank. Texan Bank, poised and ready for a future that's wide open. Member FDIC.
Did you know every 3 minutes a food-related allergic reaction sends someone to the emergency room? According to the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America, allergies affect as many as 30% of adults and 40% of children. Uvalde Memorial Hospital, in partnership with board-certified allergists, proudly offers a complete spectrum of allergy testing and immunotherapy treatment options. Call 830-988-2582 for more information today.
This is the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net, the only and official broadcaster of Coyote football. So if you're just joining us, it is 7-0. Looks like the Hondo Owls are up 7-0 on the Coyotes. 5:46 left to play in the first half. The Coyotes are lining up for their kickoff return. But Pops, tell us why, even though I'm saying it's 5:46 left in the first quarter, why it's just one half.
It's one half, Al, because they're simulating. They don't want to tax the kids with a full game because this is live game situation. They just want to see, get them to a feeling of what the game is going to be like next week.
So it looks like Devin Franklin, number 5 for the Coyotes, is back to receive the kickoff, but there's not going to be a kickoff return. There are no kickoff returns in this scrimmage, even though they do line up. It looks like they're just doing it for the purposes of getting their special teams out there on the field and making sure that they know their keys, they know their assignments. So here we go. The Hondo Owls are ready to kick off. The kicker gives the signal, number 5 for the Owls, kicks it off over to Devin Franklin. Devin Franklin catches the ball at the 3-yard line. Even though he catches it at the 3-yard line, I believe they're lining up at the 30, I believe.
That's correct. There are no returns. Again, returns on kickoffs and punts are high injury risks. So for the scrimmage, they do not want to risk injuries.
I like to think of it as kind of like Braveheart, right, where they just charge off across the field, like into battle. So definitely going to be a lot of injury. It could be the recipe for a lot of injuries there. So here comes the Coyotes offense. They're lining up at the 30-yard line. If you were watching on TV, hypothetically, they are marching from right to left. Karn's in the shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers to the near side of the field where the press box is. Snap is off. Karn rolls over to the near side of the field, throws over his body to the middle to number 5, Devin Franklin, but Devin Franklin drops the ball. He was well covered, though.
No, he didn't drop the ball. Defensive player for the Owls slapped it from him.
He definitely did. So it looks like the Coyotes are going to be lining up still at a 2nd and 10 at their own 30-yard line. 5:41 left in the first quarter. Hondo up 7-0 after their initial possession saw a 70-yard march down the field.
Let's see what the Coyotes have as far as running. I think this might be a running play.
So it looks like the Coyotes are lining up. Karn's in the shotgun with 2 wide receivers over to the near side of the field. It is indeed a handoff up the middle to number 24, Roy Lopez. Looks like Roy Lopez gets about maybe 4 yards on the play, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Coyotes.
Don't call me wrong now.
Yeah, well, I mean, you predicted it really well. And I would tell you to give analysis, but it looks like they're going to go in a hurry-up formation, and they're slowing it down a little bit. But it was, you called it right. Called it right.
It's 3rd and 6. They need to get the first down here.
Yeah, so it looks like 3rd and 6 for the Coyotes. Coyotes in the shotgun formation. Brody Karns, no running backs in the backfield, rolls over to his right side of the field, throws over to the right side of the field to a wide open Devin Franklin, but overthrows him just a little bit.
That's a very, very hard throw to make. He was going to his left. He's a right-handed passer. That pass, he has to twist his body to be able to throw that ball, and that affected his accuracy.
It did indeed, because Karns he did have a step on his man, but it was a little bit of an overthrow. The Coyotes are actually going to punt here. It's 4th and 6, so Coach Wade Miller elects to punt. Good decision, even though this is a practice game.
Yes, it is. He needs to get his special teams some practice time also, and this is good for the punter to get a feel for live camp competition.
Well, Landon Klein back to kick number 42, does get the kick away. It's a little bit of a shallow punt over to 85 of the Hondo Owls. The punt lands at the 40-yard line of the Hondo Owls, so it looks like the Hondo Owls will have a 60-yard march if they want to replicate what they did in their first series and get a touchdown.
Yes.
All right, well, it looks like we're going to take a little bit of a break. You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net, the only and official live broadcaster of Coyote football.
Like so many great Texas institutions, It began as an idea, became a vision, and ended up being a legacy. The premier bank of Southwest Texas since 1907, First State Bank of Uvalde provides banking solutions, services, and products with the highest quality customer service, delivered with Southern hospitality and Texas spirit. For all your banking, loan, mortgage needs, or just to grab a cup of coffee and talk about Friday night's Coyote victory amongst the ambience and artwork, we'll be looking down the road for you here at First State Bank of Uvalde. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net, the only and official broadcaster of Coyote football. While you're away, the Hondo Owls did run a play. It was a handoff up the middle, but looks like the Coyotes defense stopped the play behind the line of scrimmage for a 1-yard loss. So 2nd and 11 for the Hondo Owls. 4:43 left in the first quarter. Hondo is up 7-0 on the Coyotes.
It was a trick play. They tried to do a misdirection, and it didn't work.
So it looks like the Hondo Owls are snapping the ball. The quarterback rolls over to the far side of the field, finds some running room, crosses over to the Owls' 44-yard line. It looks like they're going to spot the ball at the 45-yard line, and it might be a 2nd and short or a 3rd and short for the Hondo Owls.
It was the same play that they did on this side. They have a different quarterback. They have number 9 in. He's not as lanky and tall as the first quarterback, but he's just as fast. And it's that dive, that misdirection play. The Coyotes are having problems reading that. Those ends need to read that and stay home. They're crashing in too soon, and that lets the quarterback go out through the end.
Yeah, and the quarterback has wide open. There is no contain whatsoever. So it is a fresh set of downs. It looked like it was going to be a 2nd and short, but it is now 1st and 10 for the Hondo Owls at their own 45-yard line. 4:24 left in the first quarter. Owls are up 7-0. Again, if you're just joining us, the Hondo is up 7-0. They did take their first possession 70 yards down the field.
You know, Coach Miller, he called a real quick timeout. I think he's trying to get his kids to stay with their reads.
Literally a 15-second timeout. Hondo is up at the line of scrimmage. Snap is off. Fake to the running back. Throws over. The quarterback throws over to the far side of the field. Long ball, and double covered is the wide receiver. But there is a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be defensive pass interference on the Coyotes.
And there's another flag in the backfield, and I think that's going to be holding against Hondo. So I think it's going to be a offsetting penalties.
Good spot there, Pops. It was a 1st and 10 for the Owls at the 45-yard line. The flag is at their own 40-yard line in the backfield, and then the quarterback just threw. I mean, he saw a clear wide opening apparently for that wide receiver streaking down the sideline, but nothing doing there with double coverage.
There was the throw was too short, Al, and what happened is the defensive backs ran right into the wide receiver.
Yeah, it looked like they caught up with him just in time, but just too early, honestly. So the Hondo Owls are in a hurry up again after the whistle is blown. They head up to the line of scrimmage. The Hondo quarterback taking the snap with 2 wide receivers on the near side of the field, 1 wide receiver on the far side of the field. Looks like the Coyotes are standing still. No blitz called. Looks like it's going to be a 5. Or actually, quarterback rolls over to his near side of the field, throws it to the near side of the field to his running back in the flats or his wide receiver in the flats. No gain though. 2nd and 10 for the Owls.
Excellent play by number 12. I think he's a safety. He closed fast, and it was no gain.
Yep. So it looks like the Coyotes are going to be lining up with 3 linebackers and 4 defensive backs. They usually employ 5 defensive backs, but now they're going to have 3 linebackers. Hondo Owls have a formation of 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field, and it looks like they have an H-back in play as well, with 1 running back over to the right side of the quarterback. Quarterback takes the snap, hands it off to the running back. Running back heads over to the right-hand side of the field, up for a nice 9-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Hondo Owls.
It was an 8-yard gain. The refs called it an 8-yard gain. So it's going to be interesting if they try their little misdirection play again with the quarterback trying to go out through the outside.
Yeah, it looks like the Hondo Owls have 2 yards, 3rd and 2, 2:43 left in the first quarter, 7-0. Hondo is up, has the advantage over the Coyotes. Looks like it's going to be 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Shotgun formation, snap is off, handoff, fake handoff to the running back, and the quarterback runs up to the left side of the field. He has a lot of running room, crossing over the 30, crossing over the 25 to the 20. That was a huge yardage of gain, about a 23-yard gain for the Hondo Owls. 1st and 10. Looks like the ball is going to be placed at the Coyotes 20-yard line.
Again, the same misdirection play. They fake the dive, and the quarterback takes off to the right side.
They're having a lot of trouble with that. It seems like the quarterback, no matter who's in there, because it looks like it's it's the second quarterback that has been that the Hondo Owls have rolled out there, and each time that same play has worked. Hondo Owls line up again at the Coyotes' 21-yard line in striking distance for a touchdown. Handoff up the middle, and the Coyotes are there absolutely stuffing the Hondo Owls running back.
It's a loss of 1 yard, Al. I tell you, if they just stuck to the Owls would stick to their one play. I mean,
and that one play, if you're just joining us, being that running back fake and that quarterback rolling out on that naked bootleg to basically beat contain and run up the field for nice chunks of yardage at a time.
That has been their offense. But again, it's only 7-0, 153 in the first quarter. The Owls are up.
Yep, so let's see what happens here. 2nd and 11, the Coyotes are not showing blitz here. You think they would maybe show just a little bit of blitz, but the snap is off. Quarterback rolls over to the far side of the field. Quarterback throws over to the far side of the field to a wide open receiver at the end zone, but a little bit overthrown there.
It was number 85. It was a little too high for him. And the Coyotes had good coverage. What really busted the play was the pressure that the lineman and the one linebacker on the left side put on.
1:33 left in the first quarter. Hondo up 7-0 here at Berry Field in Hondo, Texas. It is the Coyotes' second and final scrimmage before their regular season opener against Carrizo Springs. Again, the Hondo Owls are marching down the field much like they did in their first possession. 3rd and 11 though at the Coyotes' 22-yard line. 2 wide receivers on the far side of the field for the Owls. Snap is off. Fake handoff for the quarterback. Quarterback runs over to his far side of the field, but he's sacked at the 30-yard line by number 53 of the Coyotes, Jaden Ruiz.
And number 42, it was on number 53 and number 71. It was a blitz, and the linebacker got there first, and it was a sack.
All right, so the Hondo Owls are going to go for it again. This is the second time in as many series that the Hondo Owls are going for it. This time it looks like they have a fourth, and it's a 4th and long, let's just call it that, but it's a 4th and about 22 yards. They are in Coyotes territory, but the ball is placed at the Coyotes 31-yard line. 4th and 21 for the Hondo Owls. Don't know what the mentality is here, but it is a practice game, so you never know what's going to happen.
Another RPO, Al. They're going to try a misdirection.
They're going to save face here. It is a handoff to the running back up the middle of the field, only about a 2-yard gain. Coach Wade Miller showing a fiery attitude, loving what his defense did there, stopping the Owls short of another 7 points. So it looks like the Coyotes are going to take over at their own 27-28 yard line for a second chance at a touchdown.
That was a good stop. The Coyotes showed some fortitude. The defensive line is what made the stop.
Yeah, and actually that linebacker blitz, too, was a pivotal moment. Yes. I mean, Ben Badeau break, absolutely. 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field for the Coyotes. Brody Carnes in a snap formation. Snap is off, up to number 24. Handoff to number 24 up the middle, actually. Now, Roy Lopez for about a 3-yard gain there.
It's 4 yards, Al. I hate to correct you, but it was 4 yards. What I'm saying is, they are really getting positive yards on running plays.
All right, so it looks like it's going to be a Uvalde 2nd and 6. 2 wide receivers over to the far side of the field. Brody Carnes making some changes at the line of scrimmage. And actually, that is the end of the first quarter. The clock ran out just before the Coyotes going to get the snap off. So at the end of the first quarter, we have the Coyotes down 7-0 to the Hondo Owls. It looks like they are going to flip sides of the field over to the, if you're watching hypothetical TV, from the left to the right side. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net, the only and official live broadcaster of Coyote football.
Everyone in my family uses electricity differently, but when it comes to Medina Electric Cooperative, we all think about it the same way. The co-op is power. Power. Sure, electricity turns the lights on, but power is the information I get from my co-op about efficiency, safety, technology. And I trust the co-op because we are the co-op. They're our neighbors, our friends, our home. Visit medinaec.org and discover the power of your co-op today. Powering members, empowering communities.
Medina Electric Cooperative backs the pack.
This is the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net, the only and official broadcaster of Coyote football. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the start of the second quarter. It is 7-0 Hondo here in God's country. If you've ever driven through Hondo, you've seen the signs. This is God's country. Please don't drive through it like you know what. But in any case, it is 2nd and 6 for the Coyotes. Start of the second quarter. 2 wide receivers over to the far side of the field. Snap is off. Handoff to the running back on the left-hand side. Rowing up. Has a lot of room to run. Crosses the 40. Crosses the 50 to the 45. Over the 40 into Hondo Owl territory for a nice 20-yard gain.
Excellent run. And what made the play was the right side of the offensive line. They just crashed that right side of the defensive line in and allowed him to go around.
And that was a beautiful run by number 24, Roy Lopez Sr. Another shotgun formation throwing over to the far end of the field and over. It took a nice completion. It looks like about a 30-yard gain. Barreling forward, trying to get some more over to the Owls' 11-yard line.
Beautiful play, a little dangerous. There was a defensive back that came across and he gambled. He tried to go for the interception and it was too late.
And a nice catch there by number 84, Devere Willis. Nice catch. Now the 2 wide receivers lining up to the near side of the field. Carnes again scanning the defense, trying to find anything that he can get to a nice 7-yard line, to a nice 7 points for a touchdown. Throws over to the far ear end of the field again to number 84, Devere Willis, but a little too much mustard on that. It's going to be an incomplete and a 2nd and 10 for the Coyotes, and there is a flag on the play.
It was an isolation play, Al. They were trying to isolate that right defensive back with the split end, and it was a little too high.
Yeah, it looked like there was some room for him to catch the ball, but it was still tight coverage for Carnes to throw over to his wide receiver.
Although on that play there was an offsides on the Owls, and it's going to be 1st and 5 replay.
Yeah, 1st and 5 for the Coyotes. They can get a first down at the 1-yard line without getting a touchdown. So in any case, there are 2 wide receivers to the far end of the field, 1 wide receiver to the near end of the field, H-back in formation. Carnes looking at his coach to make any adjustments that he needs. The Coyotes do have the ball on the Hondo Owls 5-yard line. Looks like Brody Carnes is ready to take the snap. Takes the snap, 2-step drop back, throws over to the near end of the field. Up jump ball, and it looks like it's going to be intercepted in the end zone for the Hondo Owls. Turnover.
It was a little too short. It was a jump ball, and the Hondo Owl defender had position on the Coyote player. He tried to break it up, but he couldn't. Interception.
Well, looks like the Coyotes come up again short and would look like one of their better opportunities to get a touchdown. But we're going to take a quick commercial break as the teams change possession. You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net, the only and official live broadcaster of Coyote football.
Texas Farm Store backs the pack. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years at 236 East Nepal. Stop by for everything you need. Feed, seed, lawn and garden, animal health, custom mixing and grinding, tack, herbicides, pesticides, and even wild game feeders. At Texas Farm Store, our friendly and knowledgeable staff can help you with all your needs. Delivery is available. Please call for more information, 830-278-3713, and find Texas Farm Store online at txfarmstore.com.
You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net, the only and official live broadcaster of Coyote football. If you're away from us, just a second. We just had some action played by the Hondo Owls. They did get a gain of 6 yards, so it's going to be a 2nd and 4. It is 10:33 left in the half, and they only play one half in this scrimmage. They're not going to play a second half, so 10:28 left in this part of the scrimmage. Hondo is up 7-0 on the Coyotes. It's going to be 2 wide receivers over to the far end of the field. Snap is off. Handoff to the running back. Running back cuts up. Was going up the middle of the field, but then cuts up to his left-hand side for about a 2-yard gain. 3-yard gain make it. Close to... No. Yep, 4-yard gain. Looks like it's going to be a first down for the Hondo Owls at the 30-yard line.
It was that same RPO play, but this time they handed it off to the running back. Good play.
As you can tell, we are not saying the Hondo Owl names just because we do not have an updated roster of the Hondo Owls. Be that as it may, it is a scrimmage, so it is our dress rehearsal. So we're trying to find a little bit of a smooth groove here, just like Uvalde Honey, right? So we're trying to just get in the groove of our game here. We do have names for the Uvalde Coyotes, but in any case, Pops, what do you think they're going to do here on first down?
They're going to go for a RPO again.
And let's see what happens. The snap is off, and it looked like they were about to go for an RPO, but it's a false start on the Owls. That's going to push them back 5 yards for a 1st and 15. But you were right. They were going to go for another RPO.
They were going to go for an RPO, and they're going to try to run the same quarterback end around.
Yeah, and that's the same quarterback end around that the Coyotes have not stopped yet in this game. Let's see if that's going to be a problem for them throughout the season as well. So in any case, the Hondo Owls coaches are sending in the signal to their offense. It looks like the Coyotes have 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs out on the field right now. 1st and 15 for the Owls. Snap is off. Handoff to the running back up the middle of the field, but doesn't get too much. It looks like it's going to be a 3-yard gain for the Hondo Owls, bringing up a 2nd and 12.
That RPO, it was the same RPO, but the quarterback handed it to the running back, and there was no room to run.
Yep, and actually it was a really good job by number 62, Guadalupe Nolasco, the junior defensive lineman, number 72. My apologies, number 72. He is not listed on our roster, so we're going to have to get an updated roster from Coach Wade Miller. Snap is off for the Hondo Owls, 1st and 12. Fake handoff to the running back. Chucks it over the middle of who the quarterback does. Up for grabs. Oh, at the 45-yard line of the Coyotes, up, and it looks like it was up for grabs, and the Hondo Owls wrestled that ball away from the Coyotes defenders, and it's going to be first down at the Coyotes' 45-yard line.
There were 4 players in that bunch, and it was just a jump ball, and the Hondo Owl player happened to come up down with it.
It was just a wrestle. It was all about sheer will right there, sheer will. So looks like the Hondo Owls are going to face a 1st and 10, 8:44 left in the second quarter, 7-0 for the Hondo Owls. Advantage Hondo Owls, 8:38 left again in the second quarter, in the first half. Hondo Owls sending a motion man over to the near side of the field. Snap is off. Fake handoff to the running back. Quarterback running over to the near side of the field, trying to find some room. Flips up in the air. My goodness, almost did an absolutely full flip for about an impressive 6-yard gain there for the Hondo Owls.
You know, it was the same RPO, but the Coyotes now are starting to react. That defensive backfield of the Coyotes, they are really coming downhill and tackling.
It looks like it was a 6-yard gain. However, the Coyotes, just based off of how those plays have gone before, they did a lot better stopping that play. So it is a 2nd and 4 for the Hondo Owls, marching at the Coyotes' 40-yard line. 7:52 left to go in the half. 7-0 Hondo Owls. It's going to be a shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Snap is off. Handoff to the running back up the middle. Running back churns for a 3-yard gain. It's going to be a 3rd and 1. Key 3rd and 1 for the Coyotes here.
They're not getting very much on that dive. It's being stopped by the interior line of the Coyotes. Number 72.
Yep, number 72. We do not have his name. We do not have his number here on our roster, unfortunately.
Well, you know what, Al? I think that because it is a scrimmage, the coaches just gave out numbers.
Yeah, I think so too.
We might not call out names, just numbers for today.
I think that's a really good idea, Pops. Let's just call the game as it unfolds, and let's not call out names. We might not even have the right names here because it's a scrimmage. Hondo Owls line up again for a 3rd and 1. Handoff up the middle to the running back. He almost got stuffed, but then finds some running room and crosses over to the Coyotes' 33-yard line, and it's going to be a first down, fresh set of downs for the Hondo Owls.
They hit him behind the line, but the kid kept churning his feet, and he second effort got him the first down.
Impressive run indeed for the Hondo Owls running back, and you know he's been not getting anything on that dive there up the middle, but he did find some daylight there, at least enough to get the first down.
Yes.
Yeah. So it looks like the Hondo Owls are waiting for the signal from their coaches. The Coyotes, meanwhile, still with 4 defensive linemen, two linebackers again, and it looks like the Hondo Owls are ready to snap the ball. 2 wide receivers to the far end of the field, 2 wide receivers to the near end of the field. Snap is off. Handoff to the running back. Actually, no, fake handoff again. It's another quarterback run to the outside to the near end of the field. He does get some good yardage, about an 8-yard gain, but it looks like he's hurt.
Young man twisted his ankle. I hope he's well.
Yeah.
He was the original quarterback. He was the first quarterback that came in. hopefully it's not anything too bad.
Yeah, it looks like it is. It doesn't look like he's going to be coming back into the game. He does hop off the sidelines, and he was favoring his ankle. He was tackled hard below the knees. It was legal, obviously, but it did end up costing him that leg just for the moment, at least. Number 9 in the game for the Hondo Owls at quarterback, 2 wide receivers over to the far side of the field. 2nd and 1. The ball is handed off, and it's stuffed in the backfield. Met immediately at the handoff is the Hondo Owls running back by a slew of Coyotes for it looks like a 5-yard loss. 3rd and 6 for the Hondo Owls.
It looked more like 5 yards, but they only gave him 4 as a loss. But it was a good play by the middle linebacker and both linebackers actually. They crashed in and just stuffed the play.
And it was immediate. I mean, I'm talking the Hondo running back just got the ball, and as soon as he got the ball, I'm surprised it wasn't a fumble on that play. Be that as it may, 5:50 left in the half. 3rd and 5 for the Hondo Owls. 3rd and 6 for the Hondo Owls. Motion man to the near end of the field. The quarterback throws over to the far side of the field to that same man in motion. My apologies. The man in motion was heading to the far side of the field. Quarterback threw it to the far side of the field. Incomplete. 4th down.
The Owls are showing some creativity. The number 21, their running back, did a flat sprint. It was a little too long, but not that long. He needed to concentrate more to catch it. Didn't. He was wide open.
3 4th downs for the Owls and 3 4th down attempts that they are going to go for. 5:37 left in the half. 7-0 for the Owls. Shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers to the far end of the field. 1 wide receiver to the near end. Coyotes showing blitz. Quarterback rolls out to the far end of the field. Churns up, and instead of passing, runs, trying to get the 4th down. He might be close. It depends on where they spot the ball. It might be a fresh set of downs. No signal yet from the referees, but a sizable run nonetheless.
It looks very close out. It looks no. Let me see. Yep, it looks like they got it.
Yep, and the referee does indeed signal a fresh set of downs for the Hondo Owls. Twice they have converted on 4th down. Once they have not, but it was like a 4th and 21. But be that as it may, the Hondo Owls get a fresh set of downs in scoring distance at the Coyotes. It looks like the 23-yard line. 5:27 left in the second quarter.
It looks like they're going to measure. They're bringing out.
Yep, they're bringing out the change. While they measure, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to commercial break. You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net, the only and official live broadcaster of Coyote football.
You just can't tell about some people. Oh, they may look normal until you talk to them.
Hey man, did you ever think, like, if we were totally, like, secretly replaced with robots, like, how could we tell?
Whew. But there is one way you can spot the cool people before they ever open their mouth.
Shop for UvaldeRadio.net and Uvalde Radio Rocks, t-shirts, hoodies, tanks, and more. Click the swag shop at UvaldeRadio.net.
This is the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net. We're going to have a play in motion right now. There's a pass to the near sideline at the Coyotes' 10-yard line, completed pass by the Hondo Owls, and it's going to be a 1st and goal, it looks like. So 1st and goal at the Coyotes' 9-yard line by the Owls. Owls again in scoring distance.
5 minutes to the end of the half. This is where the mental fortitude comes in. Everybody's tired. It's goal line. Let's go for it.
Like Pop said, 5:14 left in the half. 7-0 Owls. Snap is off. Handoff to the running back. Running back runs up to the left side of the field. A wall of Coyotes stuff him at the 10-yard line for a 1-yard loss. Heck of a defensive effort by those Coyotes.
They can't run. They need the RPO. The Owls are not strong enough to keep the Coyotes out. They need the RPO to keep them off balance. Thank God they're not going for the RPO, and because the Coyotes can overpower them.
And you know what? The Coyotes were struggling again with the RPO last week against the Jordanton Indians, so it's no surprise here that they're still trying to find the kinks, right?
Yes.
I have full faith that they'll get that worked out. And that's why this is a practice game.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you know, the key to it is those ends need to keep their eye on the ball, and they're not.
So it looks like the Coyotes are going to be lined up against the Owls. Owls have a 2nd and goal at the 11-yard line. Handoff up the middle to the running back. Running back gets about a 1-yard gain, if that. And it's going to be a 2nd and goal at the Coyotes' 9-yard line. And it's going to be about 4 minutes left. 4 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first half.
It's 3rd and 11. They're on the 11-yard line.
Okay, my apologies. It is a 3rd and 11. Looks like the Coyotes, they even though they didn't stop them for a loss, it was a no gain, and so it's a 3rd and 11 for the Hondo Owls. 3rd and 11, 3rd and goal at the 11. Hondo with the snap. Quarterback looks to the near end of the field for a fade route to his wide receiver. It looks like he got him, but he got him out of bounds. The wide receiver caught the ball out of bounds at the end zone.
It was a jump ball. They tried to isolate that tall kid with our defensive back. It was a jump ball, but it was in the off bounds.
Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be 4th and 11, and why not? Why not? The Hondo Owls are going for it again on 4th down in striking distance. It is 7-0 Hondo Owls, advantage Hondo. 3:43 left in the first half. Pops, before they snap it again, what's the format of this scrimmage? So for the people just
before we do that, Al, I think they went ahead and switched personnel, and they're going to practice their field goal unit.
All right, so instead of the format, yes, you're absolutely right. They did switch personnel. The Hondo Owls are going to go for the kick here because if they don't get the first down, if they don't get the touchdown, the Coyotes could tie up the ball game. So they're going for the win here, it looks like. The Coyotes are lined up. They're not going to rush because this is a scrimmage, so it doesn't look like they're going to try to block the kick. Kick is away. Kick is down the middle. Kick is good, and it is 10-0 Hondo Owls.
Yes, and this goes to the format. This scrimmage is formatted with one live half. Each team can punt, can kick, can kickoffs, but there are no returns. So it is only a half game. After the half game, we are going to have one overtime period where each team will have one chance to either score a touchdown or a field goal.
You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net, the only and official live broadcaster of Coyote football. We'll be right back.
Texans team together, every red-blooded one of you, shoulder to shoulder, shaping history. We're in it for the long haul, together, and you can take that to the bank. Texan Bank, poised and ready for a future that's wide open. Member FDIC.
Did you know every 3 minutes a food-related allergic reaction sends someone to the emergency room? According to the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America, allergies affect as many as 30% of adults and 40% of children. Uvalde Memorial Hospital, in partnership with board-certified allergists, proudly offers a complete spectrum of allergy testing and immunotherapy treatment options. Call 830-988-2582 for more information today.
This is the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net, the only and official broadcaster of Coyote football. If you're just joining us, Hondo is up 10-0 after their latest field goal. 3:43 left to play in the half, and this portion of the scrimmage, because there's only one half in this portion. Hondo Owls lining up for the kickoff. There is going to be no return though. No return though, because this is a scrimmage. Even though the Coyotes did have number 5 Devin Franklin back to return the kick. Technically, but since there are no kickoffs in the scrimmage, the Coyotes are going to line up at their own 30-yard line.
It's interesting because this is also a practice for the kickers, and that kick landed at the 20-yard line. It could have been a good return.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the thing with short kicks is the coverage team of the kickoff team doesn't have enough time to get there. So he has maybe about 5, 6, 7 yards, which is considered a pretty good kickoff if you're on special teams, before he even gets touched. So it looks like the Coyotes have some making up to do, down 10-0. Snap is off for Brody Carnes. Brody Carnes rolling out to the near side of the field, throws it to the nearest side of the field for number 86, crossing the 40-yard line for a 10-yard gain. Looks like a fresh set of downs, and it looks like it's going to be a first down for the Coyotes.
That was a play where they had 3 receivers. 2 of them went deep to clear the field, and the third one did the sweep under.
Brody Carnes lining up again. It's going to be a hurry-up offense for the Coyotes. Snap is off. Carnes rolling out to the far side of the field, looking for a man, throwing over to the far side of the field for an out route, but underthrows number 36. Looks like that is Caden Smith.
Again, those left rolls for a right-handed quarterback are so hard. He needs to be able to stop and set before he throws, because if he doesn't, it's going to be a very inaccurate pass, and it was.
And you know what? I apologize. I'm not going to be saying the names because it looks like the numbers that the Coyotes are wearing are not the numbers that they're going to be wearing for the regular season. So I apologize if I have been saying names that are incorrect at the moment. In fact, Carnes is listed on the official roster as number 14, and he's wearing number 7 right now. So I'm just going to be saying positions. Quarterback snaps the ball, but Carnes rolls over to his far side of the field, throws over to the far side of the field to a streaking wide receiver down the sideline. He was very well covered. It looked like there was some hands, but there was no flag for defensive pass interference. Incomplete pass.
Well, it was very good coverage, Al. He was just right next to him. he couldn't go up on top to try to get the ball.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like. I guess I'm a little bit biased because it looked like there was some contact, but it was the far side of the field, away from the press box. Ref didn't see anything. No flag on the play. 3rd and 10 for the Coyotes at their own 40-yard line. 3:04 left in the half, down 10-0 to the Hondo Owls. There's 3:04 left in the half, I say, but technically it's the end to 3:04 left in this portion of the scrimmage. They're going to go into overtime scrimmage later on. Another quarterback in the backfield. A handoff, no handoff, but he gets the direct snap, runs up the middle for a nice gain of about 5 yards to the Coyotes' 45-yard line. 2:54 left in the half.
It was an RPO. It didn't work out very well. I don't know if they're going to go for it. Yep, they are. Looks like they are going to go for it.
It looked like. Go ahead.
And it's going to be a little hard for 5 yards.
Yeah, and actually, it looks like Brody Carnes is back in the game. 4th and 5. Shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers to the far end of the field. 2:27 left in the half. Snap is off. Carnes rolls over to the far side, changes direction, stops, throws it over the middle, far down the middle to a streaking wide receiver around the middle at the 20-yard line, but incomplete, overthrown.
It was about 10 yards overthrown. Again, it looked like a busted play. I think he was going to roll out to the left and then set, but there was too much pressure. He had to just throw it away.
And that's why he changed direction in the backfield, because there was pressure up the middle. It looks like the Coyotes turn it over on downs. 1st and 10 for the Hondo Owls. If you were hypothetically watching on TV, they are going from right to left. While they huddle up, we're going to take one more commercial break. You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net, the only unofficial live broadcaster of Coyote football.
Like so many great Texas institutions, it began as an idea, became a vision, and ended up being a legacy. The premier bank of Southwest Texas since 1907, First State Bank of Uvalde, provides banking solutions, services, and products with the highest quality customer service, delivered with Southern hospitality and Texas spirit. For all your banking, loan, mortgage needs, or just to grab a cup of coffee and talk about Friday night's Coyote victory amongst the ambience and artwork, we'll be looking down the road for you here at First State Bank of Uvalde. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net, the only unofficial broadcaster of Uvalde Coyote football. You didn't miss much while we were away. The Hondo Owls did line up for a 1st and 10 at the Coyotes' 45-yard line. However, they jumped a little too soon. False start. It is now 1st and 15 for the Hondo Owls. 2 wide receivers on each side of the field. 1 running back in the backfield. Shotgun formation. Snap is off. Handoff up the middle to the running back. Running back crosses the 50-yard line to the 48-yard line of the Coyotes. Looks like it's going to be a 2-yard gain. No, actually a 4-yard gain. It was a lot longer than I thought it was. I think that was a generous spot. 2nd and 11 for the Hondo Owls.
Generous it was, Al. They're not having a lot of success running dive plays.
And I thought they didn't there either, but apparently 4 yards gained on the play. 2nd and 11 for the Hondo Owls. Trips over to the far end of the field. Snap is off. Wide receiver bubble screen to the far side of the field. Met by a Coyotes defender almost immediately. No yards gained on the play. It's going to be a 3rd and 11 for the Hondo Owls with 1:40 left in the half, up 10-0.
It was a quick pass to the running back on the right side of the field, but that defensive back came up fast and tackled him before he could get away.
Beautiful fundamentals by that defensive back. 1:25 left in the first half. Only one half to be played in this unique scrimmage. Hondo Owls up 10-0. 3rd and 11 for the Hondo Owls. 2 wide receivers to the near end of the field. 1 wide receiver over to the far end of the field. 1 running back, 1 H-back in the backfield. Looks like the snap is going to be off. Blitz by the Coyotes. Fake handoff. Quarterback throws it over to the near end of the field to a wide receiver wide open, gets a little bit of running room, pushes his defender over the 35-yard line of the Coyotes. Is going to be an 11-yard gain, exactly what they need for a fresh set of downs.
And it's a first down, Al. It was a very well-designed play. The defensive backs, they need to wrap. There was one busted tackle that could have stopped the play without a first down.
And it would have been a 4th down, but Hondo would have gone for it probably, because that's all they've done on their 4th downs. Shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers to the far end of the field, 1 running back, 1 H-back in the backfield. Snap is off, fake handoff. Quarterback rolls over to his right, stays in the pocket actually, throws to the near end of the field to a wide receiver in the end zone, but well covered by the Uvalde Coyotes. Beautiful fundamentals there. Talk about fundamentals.
Number 14 for the Coyotes stayed with his with his man, and when the man looked back, he looked back too, saw the ball coming, and swatted it away.
That was a tall defensive back too. I mean, we don't know the names of these players right now because we do not have the numbers that they're wearing. If you're just joining us, the numbers that they're wearing are not the numbers that they will be wearing in the regular season. So we do not know who is out there right now, and we do not want to be inaccurate. But be that as it may, that defensive back was on him like white on rice. Looks like there is going to be a timeout. What are they doing right here?
Well, it's a timeout. The Owls asked for a timeout, so I think they're going to strategize, try to use the last 48 seconds of the game.
We'll be right back in just a little bit. It is 48 seconds left in the half. You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net, the only and official live broadcaster of Coyote football.
Everyone in my family uses electricity differently, but when it comes to Medina Electric Cooperative, we all think about it the same way. The co-op is power. Sure, electricity turns the lights on, but power is the information I get from my co-op about efficiency, safety, technology. And I trust the co-op because we are the co-op. They're our neighbors, our friends, our home. Visit medinaec.org and discover the power of your co-op today. Powering members, empowering communities.
Medina Electric Cooperative backs the pack.
Texas Farm Store backs the pack. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years at 236 East Nepal. Stop by for everything you need. Feed, seed, lawn and garden, animal health, custom mixing and grinding, tack, herbicides, pesticides, and even wild game feeders. At Texas Farm Store, our friendly and knowledgeable staff can help you with all your needs. Delivery is available. Please call for more information, 830-278-3713, and find Texas Farm Store online at txfarmstore.com.
You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net. Hondo Owls face a second and 10, 48 seconds left in the half. Motion man over to the near side of the field. Snap is off. Quarterback rolling to the near side of the field. Throws over to the sideline. And actually, he throws, I thought he was throwing to the sideline, but he's throwing across his body to a well-covered wide receiver for an incomplete. 3rd and 10 coming up.
Good defense by the Coyotes. The middle linebacker blitzed, and he applied pressure, and that really threw off the timing of the play.
42 seconds left in the half. This final scrimmage for the Coyotes before the regular season. 42 seconds. The Hondo Owls are up 10-0 on the Coyotes. Ball is on the Coyotes' 39-yard line. 3rd and 10 for the Hondo Owls. 2 wide receivers to the far end of the field. 1 running back in the backfield. Motion man over to the far side of the field. Snap is off. Fake handoff to the running back, 3-step drop back by the quarterback, running over to the far side of the field, facing some pressure, trying to get out of that pressure, tucks it and runs up to the far side of the field, up the sideline for about a 7-yard gain. Going to be a 4th and 3 coming up for the Hondo Owls.
It is going to be a 4th and 3. There was a blitz by number 21, the linebacker number 21, and he really applied pressure and flushed him out of the pocket. It's another timeout by the Hondo Owls.
So we're going to take a 30-second break. You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net.
You just can't tell about some people. Oh, they may look normal until you talk to them.
Hey man, did you ever think, like, if we were totally, like, secretly replaced with robots, like, how could we tell?
Whew. But there is one way you can spot the cool people before they ever open their mouth.
Shop for UvaldeRadio.net and Uvalde Radio Rocks, t-shirts, hoodies, tanks, and more. Click the swag shop at UvaldeRadio.net.
Texas Farm Store backs the pack. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years at 236 East Nepal. Stop by for everything you need. Feed, seed, lawn and garden, animal health, custom mixing and grinding, tack, herbicides, pesticides, and even wild game feeders. At Texas Farm Store, our friendly and knowledgeable staff can help you with all your needs. Delivery is available. Please call for more information, 830-278-3713, and find Texas Farm Store online at txfarmstore.com.
Welcome back. This is the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net. 28 seconds left to go in the half. Hondo Owls up 10-0 over the Coyotes, facing a 4th and 5 at the Coyotes' 28-yard line. Shotgun formation for the Owls. Looks like it's going to be 2 wide receivers to the near end of the field. 3-step drop back by the quarterback, running up the middle. Looked like he was going to run, throws to the middle of the field, finds an open man for a first down across the Uvalde Coyotes' 20-yard line to the 19-yard line.
That quarterback was able to scramble. He didn't have any pressure on him, so gave him too much time, and he found the open man.
All right, and that's exactly what happened. 1st and 10 for the Hondo Owls. 15 seconds left in the half. Quarterback rolls over to the near end of the field, but he's sacked, met by 2 Coyotes in the backfield for a huge loss of about 5 yard lines. 9 seconds left to go in the half. And it looks like the Coyotes are going to get the ball back on offense with just 9 seconds left. So it looks like it's going to be maybe a Hail Mary here.
Well, actually, it's a 2nd and 20. So
it was a timeout by the Hondo Owls. It was not a turnover. My apologies. It is a timeout by the Hondo Owls. 9 seconds left. So I don't know what they would run here. It looks like they are at the. It looks like they're at the Coyotes' 27-yard line. They're 27 yards away from scoring a touchdown. It's definitely going to be something exciting here. We're not going to go into a commercial break here. Pops, tell us what happens at the end of the 9 seconds.
Well, they're going to have an overtime. So it's going to be one team trying to score from the 25 out. They're going to have a 1st and 10. If they don't score, the other team, if they don't get a first down, the other team will get a shot to score. And basically it's just going to be a one chance per team.
So it's basically overtime rules in high school and what you would see in college. So it looks like they're going to try to simulate that part of the game as well, because when these high school teams go into overtime, that's the same format that they follow. So
that's correct.
All right, it looks like 9 seconds left. Hondo up 10-0 on the Coyotes. Shotgun formation, 1 wide receiver to the far side of the field, 2 wide receivers to the near end of the field. Fake handoff. Quarterback facing a collapsing pocket. Pocket does collapse, and it's a fumble picked up by the Coyotes. Oh my gosh, the defender is going across the 40, across the 30, picks it up. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Coyotes.
0 seconds left. With 0 seconds left, the Coyotes scored.
Quarterback fumbles the ball, scoop and score for about a 70-yard touchdown run back on that fumble. So it is 10-7 Coyotes. 10-7 Owls. They do quote unquote lose the first half, but ended on spectacular fashion.
On a high note. And now they're going to practice their
overtime.
Their extra point.
Yeah. Oh, their extra point. Oh, no. Actually, they're going to give them the opportunity for the extra point. Look at that.
It's practice. So the kickers need that practice.
Wow. That was amazing. That's something we haven't seen before in our whole two scrimmages that we've done so far, right? Yes. But yes, in any case, the Coyotes are lining up for a field goal extra point attempt. If they do make this, it will be and here we go. Here's the kick. Kick is off. Kick is underway. Hits the left upright, and it is no good. 10-6. It seems the final score of that portion of the scrimmage.
Yes. Now let's see who scores what in the overtime.
Yep.
And again, the score is not that important now. What is important is that the coaches get to see how the players are performing in live action. They get to see their field goal kicker try an extra point, and it hits the upright. They get to work with these kids and learn what is working and not working, and that's the best part of the scrimmage.
And be that as it may, when we come back, we're going to face the overtime portion of this scrimmage. You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net, the only and official live broadcaster of Coyote football.
Texans team together, every red-blooded one of you, shoulder to shoulder, shaping history. We're in it for the long haul, together, and you can take that to the bank. Texan Bank, poised and ready for a future that's wide open. Member FDIC.
Did you know every 3 minutes a food-related allergic reaction sends someone to the emergency room? According to the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America, allergies affect as many as 30% of adults and 40% of children. Uvalde Memorial Hospital, in partnership with board-certified allergists, proudly offers a complete spectrum of allergy testing and immunotherapy treatment options. Call 830-988-2582 for more information today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net, the only and official broadcaster of Coyote football. Just to summarize for you, the Coyotes and the Owls played one half of football. This is their last scrimmage before the regular season. They did play one half. Throughout that half, Hondo scored a touchdown and a field goal for 10 points, and the Coyotes, actually on a spectacular play, sacked the Hondo quarterback on the last play of that half. The ball ball was fumbled. The defender scooped up the ball and ran 70 yards for a Coyote touchdown with 0 seconds left on the clock. We don't know the name of the player because we do not have official numbers, but it was an amazing finish. They did technically lose 10-6 in that half, technically. Hondo lining up at the line of scrimmage, shotgun formation, motion man to the near side of the field. The snap is off. The quarterback rolls over to the near side of the field, throws it to the near side of the field to a wide open wide receiver, but he drops it at the 20-yard line. So it's going to be a 2nd and 10 for the Hondo Owls at the 25-yard line.
It was the pass was off, and if he had caught it, he got 5 yards, but that pass was way, way, way off.
Yeah, I mean, anything helps here in this, especially in this overtime period. Why don't you talk about the overtime period a little bit, lightning round for the listeners?
It is a 1st and 10 from the 25. If they don't get the first down, of course, the ball goes over to the other team, and they try their own from the 25.
And so it's just like your regular overtime rules. So ref is a little bit slow placing the ball, but we'll give the refs a little bit of leeway here.
They're trying to get into their own groove also.
Yeah, exactly. Just like we are, just like the Coyotes are. You know, this is our practice round, just like it is the Coyotes. Be that as it may, the Hondo Owls are up at the line of scrimmage. 2 wide receivers to the near side of the field. Snap is off. Throws it over to the near side of the field on the bubble screen. Looks like maybe a 7-yard gain for the Hondo Owls. Tackle made by number 47 of the Coyotes.
Very, very good tackle, Al. He was out in the open field, and he broke down and came up and just stuck it to the running back.
10-6 again. 10-6 is the score for the Owls, but that's for the first half portion of this scrimmage. So there is no score being kept for this overtime portion of this scrimmage, but it is a 3rd and 3 for the Hondo Owls. 1 wide receiver to the near side of the field, 2 wide receivers over to the far side, 1 running back in the backfield, and an H-back as an up man. H-back goes into motion the far side of the field. Snap is off. Quarterback rolling to the right, throws it over to the H-back who was in motion. One-handed grab, great grab, but immediately met by some Coyotes defenders, 3 of them actually. It's going to be a 4th and 1 for the Hondo Owls.
It's going to be a 4th and 1. That was a pretty tackle. The defensive back came up quick, and as soon as he caught the ball, he tackled him. There was 0 after the contact.
Yeah, but it was a pretty catch. Nice one-handed grab by that H-back over there. Hondo Owls coaching staff throwing in the signals here. What do you expect them to do on this 4th and 1?
4th and 1, Al. They're going to dive that ball in and try to muscle it in. No, I'm sorry. They're going to do that RPO, and that quarterback's going to go to the right.
Let's see if they do. Let's see if they do here. Snap is off. It is not an RPO. It's a dive up the middle, but the Coyotes thought it was an RPO. Faked out a little bit, wide open hole up the middle for about a 10-yard gain.
Gosh darn it, they faked me out too.
It looks like it's going to be a 1st and goal for the Hondo Owls at the 9-yard line. A couple of substitutions for the Coyotes defense. All right, Pops. What do the Coyotes need to do here to be bend, not break?
Read their keys, Al. They're going to do that RPO, and that quarterback's this time he's going to fake it, and he's going to try to run to the right.
Let's see what he does. Snap is off. He fakes it. It does not run to the right. It's another dive up the middle. They're trying to fake you out again, Pops, but they don't fake out the Coyotes because the Coyotes stuff them for no gain on the play. 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Wow, that was awesome. The interior line of the Coyotes came in, and they just stopped that play.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, it was pretty simple. I mean, they knew. It seemed like they knew it was coming, or at least the defensive coordinator knew it was coming. Yes. Showed great discipline because they tried to fake them out again. The previous play was similar, and they got about 10 yards on that play.
And here they go.
All right, so the Coyotes are going to the Hondo Owls are taking the snap. It's another dive up the middle, and again, no gain on the play. Maybe even a loss of. Actually, it's a loss of yardage. 1 yard. 3rd and goal coming up for the Owls at the 10-yard line.
The dive, and I tell you what, that interior defensive line is playing a fantastic game.
Yep, absolutely, and that's great because they actually gave up a couple of long runs in their scrimmage against Jordanton.
Yes, they did, but they are shoring up. It's reading their keys, and they're doing an excellent job in reading their keys. 3rd
and goal from the 11, maybe a 10-yard line. The 10-yard. 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line. Motion over to the near side of the field. Low snap. The quarterback picks up the ball, throws it over to that motion man. He is met with the catch at the 7-yard line of the Coyotes. Only about a 3-yard gain for that short pass over to the near side of the field. 4th and 7.
4th and 7. Again, here's where they're going to try to go to the right. That's the far side of the field. They're going to try to sprint to the right. No.
Actually, look.
No, they're not.
No, it looks like it's going to be. Looks like they're going to go for a field goal here. So they're going to put the pressure on the Coyotes to score at least a field goal to win this overtime game. It's going to be a field goal with a fourth down and goal at the 7-yard line. So it's going to be about a 24-yard field goal. Kick is up. Kick is through the uprights. Kick is good. Bounces off of the concession stand through the Hondo trees over there.
Now, if this was a real game, Al, this field goal would let the Coyotes have the ball on the 25, and if they scored a touchdown, if they scored a field goal, the other team would then get another possession.
Right, exactly. So the Coyotes need to score a touchdown here to win the overtime period. If they kick a field goal, they tie the overtime period, and the Hondo Owls again get another chance. If they get nothing, that's the end of the scrimmage. Hondo wins both the halftime and the overtime period.
Since it is a scrimmage, I don't know if they would just leave it as tight instead of keep going.
Right. Well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully the Coyotes do more than that and actually win the overtime period. Shotgun formation, fake the handoff the quarterback does, up the middle. Nice running room. Looks like he got an 11 to 12-yard gain there for the Coyotes.
It was 14 yards, and it's a first down.
First down, baby. First down. It was a 12-yard gain. Yeah. They started off at the 25-yard line, and they ended it at the 18-yard line. So it was a 12-yard gain for the Coyotes. Coyotes are going to actually, no, I'm sorry. It was the 25-yard line at the 14-yard.
Yeah, they're on the 14.
Yep, actually 14-yard line, 12-yard gain. And it looks like it's going to be two wide receivers to the near side of the field, shotgun formation, two H-backs. Interesting formation. Pitches it to the man in motion. Man in motion rolls over to the far side of the field, trying to find the goal line. Crosses over the goal line for a Coyotes touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. That was a beauty of a 14-yard end around.
They loaded the left side, they put the H-back, and they put a running back, and then they just blocked the whole left side of the Owl defense, and that H-back just did the nice sweep to the left.
Yeah, it looks like the Coyotes are going to be given a chance to kick a field goal here. The Chains crew is throwing down their chains, so it looks like they're not even looking for another possession. Looks like the Coyotes have won this portion of the scrimmage.
Well, no, actually, it's a 13-12, so they're going to try to win the whole scrimmage by doing a 2-point conversion.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Wow, this is a very wonky format, it looks like. Snap is off. Quarterback runs up the middle, trying to get that yardage and doesn't quite get it. Stopped at the 2-yard line. So it looks like it's going to be a 13-12 quote-unquote final score in this game. It looks like that is the end of the scrimmage. We'll come back at you, though. Stick with us. We're going to talk a little bit about the scrimmage and a little bit of a summary, too. You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net, the only and official live broadcaster of Coyote football.
Like so many great Texas institutions, it began as an idea, became a vision, and ended up being a legacy. The premier bank of Southwest Texas since 1907, First State Bank of Uvalde, provides banking solutions, services, and products with the highest quality customer service, delivered with Southern hospitality and Texas spirit. For all your banking, loan, mortgage needs, or just to grab a cup of coffee and talk about Friday night's Coyote victory amongst the ambience and artwork, we'll be looking down the road for you here at First State Bank of Uvalde. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Everyone in my family uses electricity differently, but when it comes to Medina Electric Cooperative, we all think about it the same way. The co-op is power. Sure, electricity turns the lights on, but power is the information I get from my co-op about efficiency, safety, technology. And I trust the co-op because we are the co-op. They're our neighbors, our friends, our home. Visit MedinaEC.org and discover the power of your co-op today. Powering members, empowering communities.
Medina Electric Cooperative backs the pack.
Texas Farm Store backs the pack. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years at 236 East Nepal. Stop by for everything you need. Feed, seed, lawn and garden, animal health, custom mixing and grinding, tack, herbicides, pesticides, and even wild game feeders. At Texas Farm Store, our friendly and knowledgeable staff can help you with all your needs. Delivery is available. Please call for more information, 830-278-3713. And find Texas Farm Store online at txfarmstore.com.
You just can't tell about some people. Oh, they may look normal until you talk to them.
Hey man, did you ever think, like, if we were totally, like, secretly replaced with robots, like, how could we tell?
Whew. But there is one way you can spot the cool people before they ever open their mouth.
Shop for UvaldeRadio.net and Uvalde Radio Rocks, t-shirts, hoodies, tanks, and more. Click the swag shop at UvaldeRadio.net.
You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net, the only and official live broadcaster of Coyote football, ladies and gentlemen. So it looks like the Coyotes end the scrimmage technically with an official score of 13-12. The Coyotes played the Hondo Owls here in Hondo, Texas. They played one half of regular old-fashioned football. Kickoffs and punts were not returned. After the half, they went to an overtime session. They kept the score. They carried the score over from the first half format to the overtime format, and it looked like the Hondo Owls technically won this game 13-12. But some highlights of the game here, just to start us off, I'll just quickly go through them. The Hondo Owls opened up the game with a 70-yard drive with a nice touchdown from it was a quarterback naked bootleg, tucked it and ran into the Owls end zone on the near side of the field. From then on, it was just kind of a back and forth. The Hondo Owls went for it on fourth down, got 3 times. They went for it on fourth down 3 times and actually got 2 of those fourth downs. And the Coyotes couldn't really muster up too much on offense, only technically scoring 1 touchdown in the overtime. They did score a touchdown in the half. It was a sack on the Hondo quarterback of the Hondo Owls fumbled, and then it was a scoop and score by the Coyotes defense for a 70-yard run back with no time left on the clock in that first half. So those were the highlights of the game. Pops, tell us a little bit about what you saw out there, what they can build on, what can we be looking forward to in the next practice? If you're Coach Miller, what do you want to work on?
You know, the game was evenly matched. It was evenly matched. The Coyotes on defense, they need to read their keys. They had problems, and they've had the last 2 scrimmages. They've had problems containing the outside, containing the ends. Those defensive ends are being too eager to crash into the line and try to get the running back diving in before making sure that the quarterback either gives the ball or keeps it. And when he does keep it, they're crashing in so quickly that the quarterback is able to go around them. Now, other than that, I see very good things on the defense. The defense is playing excellent. The interior line is stopping the run. The linebackers are active. They're aggressive. They're running downhill. Their defensive backs are covering well, and they are contesting the balls. On the offensive line, on the offense, the quarterback is doing well. He is reading the defense well. He's doing his RPOs well. He's having problems sprinting to the left. His sprints to the left, his passes are a little inaccurate, and I think that's because he needs to stop to be able to set and throw the ball. When he's trying to run and twist his body to throw when he's sprinting to the left, since he's right-handed, 99% of his passes in that fashion are inaccurate, and basically they become incomplete passes. They've got some good running down the middle. They do have good dive plays. They have some power dive plays. They're learning. And again, I go back to what I say, that these are scrimmages, and the win and the loss, it's not going to go in either the win or loss column. This is more about learning, the coaches learning and getting valuable information about both their personnel, their players, what talents do they have, how do they play against live action, and it's also trying to see what works and doesn't work as far as their schemes are concerned. What plays are really clicking, which ones aren't, what do they need to scheme better, or maybe make adjustments on the plays so that they can have a little more success and be more even on their offensive side. So, you can't say they lost. You can't say the Owls win. What you can say, and what you're hoping for, is that the coach gets good, valuable information to be able to get ready for next week's game.
Speaking of Coach Miller, you did meet with him earlier this week. You had a discussion with him over in his office over at the Uvalde High School campus. Tell me a little bit about what he said he wants to do this season and what you saw on the field. Do you think he showed all of his cards tonight?
No, he did not. And again, the good part when I met with him, what we went over, and what's so impressive of the program is the participation. He's got over 120 kids out for football, from freshman to varsity. And with 120 kids, you're talking about 10% of the student population going out for football. So that tells you that he has a positive program. You have kids that are going in there because it is a positive program. He's excited because this is his second year, and from the first year when he didn't have an off-season program to go through with the kids to now, he says that his kids are getting bigger, they're getting stronger, they're really progressing very well, and he sees a lot of good improvement in their technique and their skills. So he's very excited, and I am too, actually, because what I've seen is these kids are starting to progress. The big thing is that they need to get into the mindset that they are going to win, and I think Coach is trying to get that mindset going for them.
All right, well, it looks like the stands are clearing out. I mean, last week we saw the Uvalde Coyotes faithful at the Honey Bowl, and we were just very happy to see them at a scrimmage, right? And it was the first scrimmage. It wasn't even an in-game type of format like it was this scrimmage. And here's the thing. We're in Hondo, Texas. And we're 45 minutes down Highway 90 from Uvalde, Texas, and there was still plenty of Coyotes faithful on the other end of that field on that visitor stand.
I was very impressed. I was looking across the field. We're on the home side of the press box is on the home side of the field, and I was looking across, and it was about 50% full in the main section. So I was very impressed with the number of people that came out to watch the scrimmage.
And it was a beautiful sight, too. At the end of the game, while we were talking, the Coyotes went over to the visitors' stands, and a bunch of fans went down to the bottom row, lined up, and gave high fives to a line of Coyotes as they were walking off the field toward the locker room. And that's just so reflective of how tight-knit this community is, not only post-May 24th, but pre-May 24th. And yes. we have seen so much tragedy in our community, and yet they came out and we're just even more tight-knit, and that just speaks volumes of what Uvalde, Texas is.
Yes, and what football is to Uvalde. It's something that unites us, and we're looking forward to a positive experience for the kids, for the fans, but most of all for our community. And I'm really excited for the game next week. We are going to have our opener. It's not our home opener. We're going to be playing in Carrizo, but I'm very, very excited because I know there's going to be so much support for our football team, and I'm looking forward to our opener in Carrizo.
So, again, if you were listening to us, you knew that we started off saying the names, but then we quickly realized that these jerseys that the Coyotes were wearing were not the jerseys that they were going to be wearing in the regular season. So, we did know that Brody Carnes was in at quarterback because he's hard to miss. He's 6'5". So we know that Brody Carnes was in at quarterback, but we don't know who did that scoop and score, that 70-yard scoop and score to end the first half with no time left in the game. So let's just say whoever you were, we're gonna figure out who you are, and we'll say it in the next. We'll say it in the next broadcast. But you are the inaugural Star Realty and Ranch star of the game. And big thank you to our first ever sponsor. We have a lot of sponsors coming up, which we'll announce and we'll give some love to in our inaugural regular season broadcast. But to Star Realty and Ranch, thank you for being our inaugural sponsor. And that player with the scoop and score, we'll find out who he is. He's our official inaugural Star Realty and Ranch star of the game. Just describe that play before we sign off here.
It was 5 seconds to go. The quarterback went back to pass.
For the Hondo.
For Hondo. It was, first of all, the line applied so much pressure. And there was a scrum. The ball came out under the feet. One of the linebackers saw it, picked it up, and he went 70 yards.
It looks like Pops over here is having a little bit of problem with his throat here. He got something
I'm getting
lodged
so
in-
excited. My God. It was an awesome pressure play that the Coyotes came through with.
All right, well, speaking of excitement, guys, we are excited and ready and pumped and whatever positive adjective that you can think of, we are ready for next Friday, August 26th, in Carrizo Springs against the Carrizo Wildcats, 7 p.m. We're going to be there, and we are going to be doing our inaugural regular season broadcast.
That's correct. Now, if you do go to the game, because some of you might not have been able to come to the scrimmage, if you do go to the game, you can still listen to us on your iPhone or your smartphone. You can still listen to us from the stands.
Yep, that's right. UvaldeRadio.net/Coyotes football. Or you can just go to UvaldeRadio.net and you can find the player on the homepage there. Be that as it may, guys, Pops is going to say one more thing before we sign off for the night.
If you want to make it really, really easy, there is an app. It's called 365 Radio. And if you download that app in your app store, it'll be real easy. You just click on that icon and up comes UvaldeRadio.net.
Ladies and gentlemen, for number 67 himself, Simon Pops Ortiz, the former Coyote, class of 76, I'm Al Ortiz, your play-by-play announcer and host of Man Cave Minute Sports Update on UvaldeRadio.net. We'll see you all next week in Carrizo Springs, just south of Uvalde, for the Uvalde Coyotes' first regular season game.
What? One question. You have to ask me one question, please.
Okay.
Are the Coyotes going to win? Ask me.
Okay, I'm sorry, Pops. Are the Coyotes going to win?
Hey, does a coyote howl at the moon?
Yes. So the Coyotes are going to win. We expect the Coyotes win, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see y'all next week in Carrizo Springs. You're listening to the Coyote Pack broadcast on UvaldeRadio.net, the only and official live broadcaster of Coyote football. See you next week, Uvalde.